Steve Ronan. We're kicking the flow. We're kicking the flow. And it goes a little something like this. Tag team, back again. Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These three words mean you're getting busy. Whoa, there it is, hit me. Whoop, there it is. 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 Upside down and inside out, I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for it to get on the mic and make this motherfucking party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. There it is, let me hear you say, whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. A little louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Louder. Whoop, there it is.
Good morning, C.E. Cole. This is Mrs. Williams.
And Mr. Clauder.
And the tag team's back again. You left me hanging.
Oh, I was
gave you-
doing a scoop.
I gave you an air high five. All right, there you go.
Give me a scoop then.
Scoop. There it is. All right, so let's get started. Oh, well, I guess we should do the day first. Today is Friday, January 29th. It is a day 5 on your cycle. And would everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll send it over to Mr. Payne with our potential snowy forecast.
Thanks, Ms. Williams and Mr. K. That was fantastic. AC Cole, here's your weather for Friday and the weekend. This morning, again, you're waking up to chilly temperatures and breezy conditions outside. High's only going to be in the upper 20s. And tonight, it's not going to get much better. Down into the teens. Woo, it's going to be cold, and it's going to stay that way on Saturday as well. And maybe Saturday might be the calm before the storm, as we are tracking a snowstorm coming out from the Midwest, and it's going to come into our area possibly on Sunday. All right, now there's a lot of things with this storm. We've got two different scenarios. One is, comes down from the Midwest, hits our area, we get a few inches of snow, goes out in the ocean, and we don't see it again. Second scenario, comes in from the Midwest, hits our area, goes out into the ocean, and then comes back into our area. So, we talked about before, the ocean can be a great equalizer. It's something that can take a storm away, or it can power it up. In the second scenario, it actually powers it up. Once the storm gets out to the ocean, it receives all that moisture from the ocean, it evaporates and continues to go into those stratus clouds. The wind pushes it back into our area, and we're not talking about a few inches of snow, we're talking about a foot of snow, possibly more. But a lot remains to be seen. This storm has potential, but you don't sled down potential. We need to see what's going to happen in the next few days, because a lot of things can change. Temperatures can change, the track of the storm can get lower, or the ocean just might keep the storm for itself. We'll have to see. One thing's definite, you got something to talk about with weather. C. Cole, have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday.
All right, thank you, Mr. Payne, for that weather forecast. We will see what happens this weekend, and maybe we'll see some snow. All right, so today is January 29th. I'm going to share some little facts with you about today. Today is National Seeing Eye Dog Day, Puzzle Day, and National Corn Chip Day. So if you are thinking of a snack, maybe you want to go grab some corn chips. Some famous people that were born today. Thomas Paine, not related to our Hurricane Paine, but Thomas Paine, one of the founding fathers of the United States, was born in 1737. John D. Rockefeller, a very famous businessman and philanthropist, he was born in 1874. Tom Selleck, rocking a nice mustache, was born in 1945. And Oprah Winfrey was born in 1954. On this day in 1845, Edgar Allan Poe, his poem, The Raven, was published in the New York Evening Mirror. And
One of
Mr.
my
K.
favorites. We were talking about reading it, but we probably would have been reading that into next week. It's a long story.
Yeah.
So we'll save
see.
that for our next
I was gonna say we'll save that for another day. In 1959, Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty was released, and a little known fact about that: the Beauty, Princess Aurora, only appeared on screen for about 18 minutes as an adult, but she was actually a 16-year-old. And finally, on this day in 2000, in the year 2000, the song "I Knew I Loved You" was number 1 for almost a month. So pretty long. I don't know if I know that song. All right. So some facts about over the weekend. Tomorrow, January 30th, is National Croissant Day. If you're looking for a breakfast idea. And this one is also very exciting, so lots of you might want to take part in this. It is Yodel for Your Neighbor's Day. Mrs. Kemmerer, I know that you do celebrate this every year, so maybe some other teachers and students would like to get involved this year. Some famous birthdays. Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was the 32nd President of the United States and the only president to serve more than 2 terms. He was born in 1882. And Phil Collins, a famous musician, yes, very good drummer, was born in 1951. And I believe that's all I have for interesting facts and birthdays.
Awesome. Well, another quick birthday shout out for January 29th. Mrs. Votasic.
Happy
So
birthday.
happy birthday to Mrs. Votasic. We work very closely together. If any of you ever had the opportunity to work with her, she is amazing. So please wish her a happy birthday if she pops into your Zoom or if you have class with her. Happy birthday, Mrs.
Does a
Votasic.
mean lip sync too.
She does. She does a lot of stuff amazing. Lip syncing, definitely one of them. All right, I have some January 31st birthdays. So 2 namely ones we have on here. Nolan Ryan, who's an American baseball player, Hall of Fame pitcher, most famously, I believe, for the Houston Astros. Or was he Texas Rangers?
Yes,
Yes.
one of them.
Yes. Yes.
My son
Hockey
sings.
player, not baseball player. But Nolan Ryan is one. And then in 1981, and he was born in 1947. And in 1981, the one, the only, Justin Timberlake. JT, American singer, songwriter, dancer, actor, all around bad boy. I don't know how old he turns. I'm not good at math, but he was born in 1981. So, that should be an easy one. Are you 40 years
40.
old?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Justin Timberlake's 40.
I know.
Gosh, I feel old.
I hope I look as good as Justin Timberlake does it for you. Something to aim for, guys. Gotta set goals. All right, so some other fun things that happen on January 31st. It's National Eat Brussels Sprouts Days. I love Brussels sprouts.
So do I.
Good. All right, so we're going to be taking part in National Brussels Sprouts Days all day long. Only Brussels sprouts, nothing else. Purely green diet. It's also National Hot Chocolate Day, so that's a good combination.
All right.
Brussels sprouts and hot chocolate.
And if we
Delicious.
have snow on Sunday, that hot chocolate would be fantastic. So let's see.
This is shaping up to be a good weekend.
It really
a
is.
very good weekend. So, some important dates in history for January 31st. In 1961, the United States launched a 4-year-old male chimpanzee named Ham. That's a pretty awesome name. I would love to have a chimpanzee named Ham. On a Mercury Redstone 2 rocket into a test suborbital flight. Ham landed safely back down 17 minutes later, and thus was enshrined in history forever as Ham.
That was a quick flight.
That was. In 1993, the Super Bowl featured Michael Jackson, marking the first time ever that there was a solo performer during the show, and probably for good reason due to his musical talents and dancing abilities.
He's been making the announcements a lot this week.
Yeah, he has. And in 1999, this is still a show I believe is still creating new episodes today. Family Guy premiered on Fox. Was never a huge fan, but it is still going strong. So there is clearly tons of people who still enjoy that show.
Do not like that show at all. Mr. Coldren, these Michael Jackson references were for you because we know how much your class loves when you say, or when they say Michael Jackson.
I think that is all I have. Except, I don't know, there's the funny quote, I guess it was the first time it's ever said. I'm a big Saturday Night Live fan, but one of the older sketches, and if you've ever heard of it, but We're two wild and crazy guys.
Oh, yep.
Oh, there we go. Might be a
Steve
flag
Martin
holder.
and Dan Aykroyd.
There you go.
Woo.
Mrs. Williams for the win.
All
So
right.
there's some fun trivia and facts from January 31st.
All right. I'm going to do Student of the Month, and then we can end with your poetry reading.
Sounds good.
All right. Maybe one of these days you will make it to the inauguration and be the poetry reader.
Maybe I will,
That is a-
and I will read a Shel Silverstein poem, not of something that I
Where
created
the
on my
sidewalk
own.
ends.
I better start writing my own poems now.
You
They
should.
probably will not be as good as this, though.
All right. So it is the last school day of January, and that means it is January Student of the Month, which is sponsored by Burger King. So look for something in the mail coming from Burger King for you Student of the Month recipients. All right, starting in 4th grade, from the Curran Sola team, Olivia Williams. From Mrs. Lillis, Emerson Pollock. Mrs. McDevitt, Valentina Urusha. From the Tyson Justice team, Alex Mora Orozco. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. From the Barb & Sharp team, Javel Richard. Painter Cauldron team, Jake Fiddler. And from Miss Anagnos team classroom, Kashmir Dela Cruz. All right, on to 5th grade, Miss Zuby's class, Jason Matias. From Mrs. Sager's class, Freleni Santos. In the Snyder Dong team, Logan Weidenhammer. Anton Romiak team, Camilla Rivera Martinez. Armstrong Gatone team, Jelani Baez. From the Kemmerer and Hawes team, Matthew Wyatt. From Miss Wenzel's class, James Kelly. Congratulations, 5th graders. All right, on to 6th grade, from the Williams and Fair team, Ellie Bear. From Mr. Mann and Myron's team, Jaden Edwards. The Bagenstos and Rupert team, Kara Moore. Mr. Rankin's class, Brian Escobar. Mrs. Wallace's class, Efrain Rodriguez. From Mrs. May's class, Luna Lugo. And from the Kapuzinski Freeze team, Trent Stoyer. Congratulations, 6th graders. On to specials. In gym from Mr. Angove, Bryson Smith from Mrs. Sager's team. In gym from Mrs. Walters, Kane Huntsberger from Mrs. McDevitt's class. In art from Mrs. McGowan, Kathy Zavalavia from Mrs. May's class. And in music from Mr. DeWalt, Bella Essig from Mrs. Bagenstos' room. Music from Mr. Reininger, Noelle Navarro from Miss Wenzel. Band from Mr. Figueroa, Katie Greff. I don't know whose class, but congratulations. In engineering from Miss Nelson, Evelyn Ramirez from Mrs. Jussett's room. In guidance for 6th grade from Mrs. Siegfried, Trishona Slaughter from Mr. Rankin's class. In guidance for 5th grade from Mrs. Votasic, Kinsley Chisonis in Mrs. Snyder's class. And finally, in guidance for 4th grade from Mr. K, Matthew Lane from Mr. Sola's room. So congratulations again to all of those Student of the Month recipients. Look for your certificate and your treat from Burger King in the mail soon.
Awesome job, all 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Anybody who's named out on that list, we know you guys are all working hard, signing in, listening to what your teachers are asking, and getting your work done. And you guys should all be really proud of yourselves. So, to end us out today, I have a quick poem. I thought this one was pretty funny. I don't know, it probably just laughed because it applies to my dad, and I don't know, we'll see. It's going to take you a while to pick up on this one, but today we're going to read a poem from The New Kid on the Block by Jack Prelutsky, courtesy of Miss Nelson, knowing that I love reading poems. She provided me with this book. And today we're going to read the poem, Louder Than a Clap of Thunder. Louder than a clap of thunder, louder than an eagle screams, louder than a dragon blunders, or a dozen football teams, louder than a 4-alarmer, or a rushing waterfall, louder than a knight in armor, jumping from a 10-foot wall, louder than an earthquake rumbles, louder than a tidal wave, louder than an ogre grumbles as he stumbles through his cave, louder than stampeding cattle, louder than a cannon roars, louder than a giant's rattle. That's how loud my father snores. So maybe some of you guys have fathers, brothers, sisters, mothers, grandmoms, grandpops that snore loud like
Dogs.
that. Dogs, yeah, that's a good one. Cats, maybe. I think they're less snory than dogs.
Yeah, they
I
kind
don't
of purr.
Never know, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yep. Just remember, we do have a long week, not a long weekend, we do have a weekend coming up. So make sure your Chromebooks are plugged in and they are charging and that you are shutting them down every night.
Awesome. Well, it's good seeing you guys. Are we gonna tag team it out too?
Like that, then. All right. That's it. Have a good weekend.
Wrapping out.